that we're done with that whole situation in the underworld, we can finally look for the... But thinking about it, I feel a bit bad about Clara. We promised her that our talks was far...
You tried your best. Don't blame yourself. I should have
I didn't mean for you guys to start. Look on the bright side. Things turned out all right, didn't they? Now everyone knows that the real problem here is the Stellaron, and they're willing to... All in all, the mission is going super smooth.
But we still have a lot left to figure. Exactly. We don't even have the Stellaron's coordinates and location. Cocolia's sudden change in attitude is also very... We still haven't put all of the pieces together. Dreams?
Oh, I remember you mentioned something about string.
All three dreams were the same. With Cocolia.
It would be weird to call it a coincidence.
I'm wondering if these dreams aren't just random. If there's some meaning behind it.
Because of the Stellaron and...
That's my hunch. But I have no proof.
Well, then that's as good as nothing for now.
We solve a puzzle one piece. Also.
You're back! It must have been exhausting. Please.
Over there. See that? That used to be the worst street in Rivet Town. And it's also where I grew up. My friends and I used to wander those streets, thinking about where to find our next meal. That is, until Chief there, I learned to read and write from Natasha. At the age of 10, I started to patrol the mines with Oleg. Occasionally get...
That sounds...
Nice? You being
Oh, no, sorry. Life in the underworld is difficult. I shouldn't...
You're always so serious.
Right. For as long as I can remember, my days have been an endless cycle of studying, etiquette. Every day, all I hear is, remember who you are, Bronya. This is against the Architect's admonishments, Bronya. Ladies shouldn't use such foul language, Bronya. Some may envy this kind of life, but I have felt trapped. When every choice and every goal has...
No, I can't. But more importantly, what kind of foul language were you using?
In the name of the Architects, I shall stick this spear into your nostril.
Oh, that's it? Oh, that's nothing.
No.
It'll be better than poking people's nostrils, at least. I never thought that I'd be here having a heart-to-heart with the future Guardian. As a kid, I didn't meet many people.
I've heard from some Silvermane. Even though times are different, if there is a way to bridge them.
I'm not like you. I don't have that many grand plans.
Thank you, Seele.
Speaking of which, what are you going to do next? What?
Yes. As long as I am the Guardian's successor, those truths will come out sooner or later. But why does my mother hide it from me? And why does she want me to hunt down the outsiders who know about the nature of the Stellaron? I thought it over. There's only one thing I can do.
You... hold on. You're not really
I've already thought it through, Seele. I am Madame Cocolia's daughter. That will never change. Be it my duties as her heir or as a Silvermane guard, I must face my problems head-on.
Bronya.
This is for you, Seele. help me pass it on to the outsiders. If
Okay, I understand.
then I'll be waiting for you. So,
Of course. I just didn't appreciate how nice it was at the... Very nice.
That was a good sleep.
Took you long enough, sleepyhead. I've noticed that our sleep routines don't match up. You either keep getting up in the middle of the night or snoozing away until the day's almost out. Unacceptable. You gotta work on your teamwork.
Did you have a dream again last night?
So that's why you slept for
Well then, let's go find Wildfire to discuss our next move and see if they have any new discoveries.
Let's go! I can't wait to finally get back above ground.
Where have you been?
Oh, look who's here.
It's the Banus Farag, the big hero of the underworld. And the other big heroes, Dan Hung and March 7th.
Were those lines rehearsed?
Where's Natasha? Is she here?
She has a bunch of other things to attend to, so I hope you don't mind talking to this old man instead. I speak on behalf of Natasha. By the way, sorry for keeping that whole thing about her being the actual leader of Wildfire a secret. I'm glad you don't mind. Natasha is always cautious, but she has no ill intent, as you surely have noted. She told me to make sure you return to the overworld safely. I gave it some thought, and I think the safest way is to ask this fellow.
I brought you down. I can take...
There's no need to knock us out this time, right?
Of course not. This time, we'll go back through the furnace core. Well, for my sparkling companionship, of course. I jest. The path has been blocked for over 10 years, and very few know how to get...
Ugh, enough chatter. Just be a good guide.
Hold on. What about Bronya? Why isn't she here?
She already went back. As you know, she has some things to settle with the Supreme Guardian.
What? She just ditched us and went back? How could you let her?
Exactly. She has a lot of responsibilities. I don't completely... Oh, right. Bronya told me to give you this.
She left us a letter. Could this be one of those open in case of emergency letters? I've never gotten one of those before.
Stop overthinking and just open it.
Brother and sister Landau. I know the brother must refer to Japard, but oh, Serval! So she's Japard.
She gave it some good thought. Sampo,
Landau, we can set out at it.
Let's go.
Need a doctor? Hiya!
Let's make it quick.
My turn. You couldn't have done it without me.
is our chance.
Fighting is meaningless. The truth of life and death, the sanctuary, is but a vision.
Gotta try hard sometimes. Watch this awesome move.
Rules are made to be broken.
Need a doctor?
Let's go.
Let me tend your wounds. Need a doctor? You couldn't have done it without me. Crush now or crush?
Move carefully.
Rules are made to be broken.
The truth of life and death, the sanctuary, is but a vision.
Let me tend your wounds. Need a doctor? Standing here in silence, missing all the violence. little longer?
Keep at it. Keep at it. Looks good.
Careful now. Don't get your clothes wet.
The new Moo sour cream.
You know what I mean.
Come around and have a look.
Careful now. Don't get your clothes wet.
The new Moo sour cream would cost me what?
take some pictures?
Are you hurt? Let me take a look. You came at a good... According to... Have you heard of the... Generally speaking, I've got a few patients. The most suspicious part? Pretend to be a patient. Help me investigate this so-called mutual aid society and find out exactly what they're up. If I find out they're preventing me from doing my job, or if they're bringing harm to my patients, I won't. Can I entrust you with this task? This little clinic has huge numbers of patients to deal with. Good luck. I'll be sure to...
You. I've seen you in the clinic. You run... Your cover? Let me guess. Natasha wants you to persuade me to go back for a... What's the use? I'm terminal. Life will be... Of course not. I read it in a book. Every book I read has descriptions that match my symptoms exactly. I can diagnose myself with a dozen incurable diseases before I get halfway through. For people in my situation, a follow-up visit is just a waste of time and money. Not to mention medicine. What else is there to say? Natasha was seeing me free of charge. She said... You think I need you to tell me? Don't try and persuade me. Dr. Vash never charged me anything either. Natasha's great, but Vash was always my number one. Natasha's brother? They both used to practice medicine back in Rivettown. I heard he was a top student from the Overworld Medical Academy. Belobog's main hospital wanted him. I have no idea what convinced him to set up down here. A kind heart, maybe. What do you mean? Dr. Vash was a people's doctor. He handed out free medicine. He even followed up with detailed questions on how he felt. The underworld is always short on medical resources. They say that Dr. Vash made all his own medicine himself. You think I don't want to? I heard that he passed away. I should keep my voice down. Don't go telling anyone else about this next bit. I heard that Natasha had something to do with Dr. Vash's death. They say she was jealous that her brother had stolen her patients, so she... Hey, it's just a rumor. Forget I said anything. Since Dr. Natasha sent you over specially, I'll go to the clinic for my follow-up a little later. Bye for now.
Avoiding a follow-up visit due to money issues. I should find another patient to talk to.
What was that? Oh, you'll have to be louder. My ears aren't what they used to be. A follow-up visit. Natasha's a wonderful girl, but at this age, it's rather a lot to bear, even if they could cure me. That girl's always trying to get me to take my medicine on time. My husband had the same illness as me, but he never touched the medicine. He wanted to make sure I had enough. Then, one day, he said he needed to take care of some things at the mine. He never came back. He was forever saying he wanted to go before I did. Ah, selfish old fool. I miss him. Now that he's gone, who cares how long I stick around? You're not wrong, I suppose. That girl certainly spares me no effort. Okay, you win. It's off for another follow-up visit with Dr. Natasha, I suppose. Did you want to say something? Virtual who? All right, I heard you. Do you have to shout?
Avoiding a follow-up visit due to her husband. I should find another patient.
Why haven't I gone for my follow-up visit? Are you a patient too, or did Dr. Natasha send you over? Who else would care about people like me? I don't need Dr. Natasha's help now. Tell her to save her worries and medicine for other people. A dispute? No. She's the only... I just don't really approve of her methods, that's all. Too idealistic and no real efficacy. She tries to save everyone, which means she can't save anyone. In the end, it's the patients who suffer, and she just tires herself out. Miners like me don't have time for lengthy treatments. If I can't take something and get right back to work, I may as well lie down and wait for death to come knocking. Did you, know Dr. Vash? His wonder medicine is cheap, and the results are immediate. You just need to, be willing to, take a little risk. Dr. Vash's medicine is different. Lots of people make a full recovery after taking it, but some get worse, and the unlucky ones check out early. Even knowing the risk, most people fight tooth and nail to get hold of the medicine. You know why? You're smarter than you look. When life forces you to the edge, you'll throw yourself at any opportunity, even if it means risking it all. For people like us, a slow and torturous treatment is the same as a death sentence. If it's between that and a quick result, we'll take the latter. Forget it. Why am I telling you all this? Dr. Vash is dead anyway. Now you're interested in the wonder medicine? Listen up. The Complex Illness Mutual Aid Society is still selling that medicine. I can tell you where they trade, but there's a rule. You must not tell any of this to Dr. Natasha. You hear? If you break the rule, you'll face the consequences. Here, take this. It's the address. A final warning. Do not reveal this information to Natasha.
I know where to find the wonder medicine. What should I do next? That patient didn't want me to...
Hey, where do you think you're going? In the Fragmentum? Give me a break. You're the same as everyone else that comes. We only take care. No money? Then you don't get any. You go home and wait for death. Say, what are you trying to... Wait a minute. You get lost. Wait! Get lost! All of you!
That medicine seller sure shut up shop in a hurry.
Rules are made to be broken.
You couldn't have done it without me. Wanna go take some pictures?
Are you hurt? Let me take a look. So the Mutual Aid Society found Vash's research results, and now they're selling this so-called wonder medicine to patients? Any organization doing something like this is interested in more than just mutual aid. I'm not surprised. They'll know that I'm completely against them using this wonder medicine. What Vash left behind is nothing more than reagents and experimental byproducts. The word medicine doesn't apply here. I warned the patients countless times, but seems like they had their heads in the sand all along. No wonder they kept the Mutual Aid Society a secret from me. I'm guessing the patients you met weren't exactly singing my praises, which is why you tracked the dealer down and made inquiries first. I don't blame you. After everything you heard, I'm grateful you came back to find me. Your trust is important to me. If you're curious about Vash's wonder medicine, you should ask some of the patients in the clinic. See what they have to say about the effects.
Some people say that Dr. Vash was a saint who came from the overworld to help those in need. I don't buy people's doctor. That's just what people who've bought into the myth like to say. Vash used to distribute free medicine all the time. The hard truth is that we were just his test subjects. It didn't matter if the medicine worked or not. What mattered was having a constant stream. Of course, I can't control what anyone else thinks. That's just how I see it.
The medicine Vash left behind? That stuff. Can you even call it medicine? I know Dr. Natasha's here, but I have to tell it like it is. Vash had zero medical ethics. He didn't deserve the title doctor. He may have had the capability, but he didn't use it to help anyone. Whenever I went to see him, he never even asked about my illness. He just prescribed me his so-called wonder medicine. If it were you, would you have taken that medicine?
Are you hurt? Let me take a look.
I still haven't worked out how to convey it to you. The issues surrounding Vash. My relationship with him. The things he's done in the underworld. It's a long story. I'm guessing you've heard a lot of different opinions on Vash. What do you make of him? I want you to go and visit another patient, a victim of the wonder medicine. I want you to see the real consequences of abusing that medicine. Once you've understood her situation.
Who are you? Who? And... where's my husband? And where are they? You know where they are? You don't know. They don't know. Nobody knows. Where?
Come over here, child. It's best to leave that poor lady in peace. That poor lady. Both her husband and child became ill and... Yes, before her family passed away, she was a kid. Her husband and child caught a mysterious illness. The symptoms weren't grave. In order to try and rid themselves of the ailment once and for all, they bought some kind of... The two began to suffer terribly, such that death then became a blessing. It wasn't long before they departed. From that moment on, she became as you see her now. If Dr. Natasha hadn't taken her under her wing. And yet, what more could have been done? They were warned about the medicine. They were told about the risks. But they chose to roll the dice. Talking about it tires me out. At least my husband and I are able to help her where we can. I just hope that one day she can lead a normal life again.
I wish you all a journey that is free of illness. Did you speak to her? By the look on your face, I'm assuming you've come to understand the wonder medicine all too well. Be it Vash or the Mutual Aid Society, forces like that can take full advantage of the typical underworld state of mind. Let me tell you a story. There was once a brilliant overworld doctor with unmatched pharmaceutical skill. The doctor was set on developing a medicine that would steel the human body against the cold. He named his research project Blizzard Immunity. But his research met with obstruction time and time again, the biggest factor being a lack of test subjects. Tampering with the human immune system carries huge risk, and nobody in the overworld was willing to submit themselves to such experiments. As such, the doctor got in touch with his sister in the underworld, claiming that he wanted to support the medical effort below ground. Naturally, his sister was overjoyed. After all, as far as medicine was concerned, her brother had always been the standard she'd strive to attain. She brought her brother underground and entrusted him with her clinic and laboratory. I think you know what comes next. Issuing free medicine to the needy was just Vash's way of conducting experiments on his test subjects. On some level, his reagents were able to alleviate the patient's suffering, but nothing more. They would forget their pain for a while and neglect their regular treatment plans. The result? Patients with mild illness would attribute their recovery to the so-called wonder medicine, while patients with serious illness would quickly deteriorate, and sometimes die. I cannot accept that their fate was simply the result of misfortune or risk. No true doctor would accept that. That's why I want you to help me recover all the wonder medicine. Are you willing to take on this assignment? But it's impossible to sit on the sidelines, right? Thank you. This will be hard for the people that have come to rely on the Wonder Medicine, but it's up to us to remove this false hope. You mustn't hesitate. Recover every last reagent that Vash left behind. I'll take responsibility for the consequences. Don't worry about that. Go. I'll be waiting for the good news.